Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the last Anarchy and Narcissus matchup of 2020. It's going to be the All-Stars matchup between the Bwipo boys and the CoreJJ crew. Without further ado, let us get into Champion Select, where we see a lot of action. Now, coming into most matchups here at All-Stars, we're seeing the kind of same bands from both sides here. They've kind of always spelt out a nice little phrase called TSM XD. Now, more than likely we'll see this from one lineup, and there's the Darius ban from Bwipo's boys, so they've got a D already going for themselves. But to me it looks like they're spelling it backwards if that would be the case. As for the CJJ crew, we're possibly going to see maybe some meta bans. Maybe we see the TSM XD from them as well. Only time will tell, as there we go. Ooh, the Leona ban. Looks like they're going to be removing some actual powerful picks instead of spelling out something. Or they could be spelling something themselves. There's a Zaya ban, so that's the X, which is backwards XD. A Mumu banned out by Core's crew. To me, it just looks like they're banning out OPs, as Amumu's been very dominant in the current meta of preseason. He's just been tearing up the map with that Sunfire Aegis. Now, Braum finishes out the Core crew bans, and that spells Lab, or Bow, backwards. Meanwhile, the M4 Malphite come through Bwipo's boys. This does mean that Bwipo's boys get first pick, going for the Pike. I'm unsure why you would first pick that unless there's something up your sleeves, but it is a Hilly-san classic, something he's known for playing, being that very aggressive support on his lineup. Could see something very, very interesting. Now, the Core crew lock in 2 assassins of their own. Oh boy, we're possibly going to see a full assassin game here, as Nocturne and Zed come in for the first round of picks for Core's crew. And as a whole, 2 strong AD assassins. But in my opinion, the strongest assassin was just being Hover Quiana. But instead we're getting an AP selection for Bwipo's boys, as Evelyn comes through for possibly Broxer or Selfmade. Both of them are prolific Evelyn players we saw during the regular season. And there's the Quiana coming through for Bwipo's boys. And I would honestly love to see how it is used, because the terrain on this map is very, very effective at giving you a lot of mountain cues, and you can use them very, very effectively to get executes down. Now, Core's crew rounds out their first round with the Shaco, giving them a lot of kind of threat, because Shaco is one of the unique assassins that can go both AD and AP. Obviously, you want, with how Core's crew have basically drafted right now, to go with an AP Shaco. And how they're drafting, it looks like they're just picking for themselves, I would assume, with all these assassin picks coming through. And looking at the last round of draft, there's the T and the S from the Bwipo boys. TSM XD backwards. Meanwhile, Core's crew was spelled Lab Agab or Gabal. Don't know why you'd spell that, but here comes the last round of picks. Pantheon, which is a pseudo assassin. Wouldn't really class him as an assassin other than the fact that he can do tons of damage very quickly as a tank, but hey ho, he comes through, and the Kaiser, the TFT set 2 assassin picked up here for Bwipo's boys, and the Akali as well as the last pick for them. Full assassins on either side except for the Pantheon, I would say. And we're going to go into the Blood Moon event for this game. Something that usually comes out in February time. in the Riot client, and it's very intriguing to see how these two teams play with Assassins, because obviously some of these players are used to playing the likes of Leonas and Pantheons, which is why CoreJJ is playing one of them picks, and others are used to playing tanks, and as such we don't get to see too many Assassins in the meta because they're just not that useful. The last Assassins that we've seen in pro play would be, say, the Akali or the LeBlanc, Evelyn as well. Basically, AP Assassins are all we're basically seeing at the moment in the meta of League of Legends in Season 10. Maybe we see a change up in Season 11. We see these more AD Assassins that are viable. Obviously, with the item changes, the likes of the Eclipse coming in, the Dustblade changes where you get invisibility after you get a kill, or the Shield Bow. It's very hard to decide how they're going to build here, and what's more, I really want to see how these two teams go, because from what I'm expecting right now, I've got a feeling we're going to see a lot of kills and them happening very, very quick and very, very efficiently, because Assassin champs are known for being these sort of very skill-based champions that have such finesse, such character, that they can just execute in about 3 seconds your entire health bar, going from 100 to 0. As we get a good look at the teams, we go onto the Rift for this phenomenally emphatic game number 3 of this All-Stars LCS LEC matchup. And these two teams look to be setting up level 1s. Core's crew going through the bot lane, looking to contest the try brush into the red jungle. Meanwhile, the Bwipo boys get into the blue jungle unscathed for themselves, and they're looking to go back to base. 2 of them are recalled. 3 members of Bwipo's boys just walking back, but they could be collapsed on here as Evelyn walks into danger, gonna be forced to flash away, and here comes the Pike, gonna stun up too, but it will not matter as Twitch manages to pick up the first blood onto the Evelyn, who was on the wrong side of the map. Flash is being burnt once again as Kaiser's forced to use a Q and get away and save herself from the Pantheon jumping on top of her. There is a ward then, that's a flash forward coming in from the Pantheon, gonna lock down and force the Flash out of that Pike, getting himself the stuns, and there's a trade of kills. Pantheon getting killed off and the Kaiser being killed off. 1 for 1 in that extent of the fight, but TP's coming in from that Pantheon, looking to continue and hunt down the rest of Bwipo's boys. And overall, we see 3 kills in less than 2 minutes. And Akali was just in the top lane farming, getting herself ahead, and we could see more as Pantheon jumps on top of the Evelyn, but it will not matter as another trader kills. Both the ADCs picking up kills in this fight. Kaiser getting herself a double, and Bwipo must be extremely happy that he is getting himself something to keep himself very, very threatening in this game. Meanwhile, Quiana going to be using her Q to try and keep herself alive and avoid the damage from Core's crew, and she manages to do so. And there we go. A lot of kills, a lot of fights, 7 kills in total in 3 minutes. Oh boy, this is becoming a humdinger of a game already, and we're only just getting started. Now, we enter this sort of lull point of the game as these two teams are done executing each other off, and we get a sort of laning phase assembled. Akali versus Pantheon in the top lane. Mid lane is a Quiana versus a Nocturne, and that does mean that we've got Kaiser and Pike, the bot lane duo. Kind of a standard bot lane versus a less than standard bot lane in the Twitch and the Shaco being played. As we come to the junglers, Evelyn versus Zed. Zed not a traditional jungle pick. You would have thought the Nocturne maybe go there. That being said, Humanoid looking to create a gank here in the mid lane, as he has got in behind this Qiyana. Self-made, possibly going to be jumped on almost certainly, and here comes the play. Humanoid's coming straight under the turret, dodging, coming through from Self-made, going to avoid a lot of damage, but the minions have gone for the CoreJJ crew, and that does mean that there's going to be an easy kill for Self-made, as Licorice just gets executed off, and the Zed BMing, being forced away though by the Evelyn, as bot side, Shaco and Twitch being chunked out very, very low. Pyke gonna throw out and miss the Bone Skewer, but he is gonna try and Riptide up that Twitch. Will not happen, and will trade his life for the kill onto the Twitch and shut him down. But Shaco gets a double kill, and top side doesn't look very good for Core's crew, as Pantheon just losing this trade against the Akali as we watch this fight again. Essentially, Qiyana using her brush Q to just dodge out all the damage and basically force Licorice into a bad situation because he's unable to land any sort of damage onto an invisible target. He's already under the turret when the minions are dead, and he's just going to take too many turret shots and die to that. Now, looking at this bot lane, we could see a possible dive. Bone Skewer gonna land. That is the stun onto the Shaco. He's being chunked out. Electrocute being popped. He's going to be ignited up. Twitch also stuck on the turret. He's forced to run away. And Core's crew are on the wrong side of the map. Going to be running out of there. Shaco could try and deceive this Bwipo boys, but will not happen as he walks straight into the Evelyn. But it will not matter as the Q from Qiyana picks up the shutdown, and Core's crew are now tied in kills with the Bwipo boys, who managed to pick that one up for themselves. Oh boy! We're at 12 kills, 5 minutes, over a kill a minute, and we could see another coming through as a lovely Bone Skewer into Riptide combination from Hylissang there. Gets the kill over to the Kaiser. And Paranoia already coming through for Nocturne. Will not secure him a kill onto the Pyke, but it will secure a kill for the Bwipo boys as another for the Qiyana kills him off. And here comes the fighting. Qiyana still killing, and Shaco killing a lot harder as Deceived gonna avoid the Q from Qiyana and get himself a double kill. But Self-made is unstoppable right now. He gets himself an extra kill. Twitch coming down here, possibly gonna fight and get a kill for himself. Qiyana gonna use the Q in the brush to get herself away and keep herself alive. Twitch not gonna press any further because he senses the presence of the Evelyn behind him. And topside, here comes a second usage of the Akali's supreme display of talent, getting herself a kill onto the Pantheon. Last second flash attempt from CoreJJ was not enough to keep him alive, and possibly another kill could come through here for the Core crew in that top lane. Nocturne though will not get that. Meanwhile, Qiyana, oh my days, Self-made just styling on fools, and Prey Seeker coming from downtown by Bwipo just secures a lovely kill for himself onto the Shaco and Nocturne bot lane, just being outplayed considerably here by Bwipo's boys. Self-made's having a lot of fun as we watch this fight in the top lane again. Pantheon just taking too much damage, allowing the Akali to get a passive, get the extra attack in, using the 9-point strikes yet again. then running away, using a passive, then lands the shuriken flip, then the supreme display of talent. Second ult just kills off anything executing them down, and a pretty easy kill over to Tactical's Akali. That being said, Shaco turning up in the mid lane, Paranoia coming through. That's a Grand Starfall as well, and that is a dead Kaiser being killed off here. Riptide going to come through and not allow his Qian to get away. Pyke though being dove on the turret, and that's a double kill over to Zed, who gets away with his shadow clones. Evelyn then forced to run away and hate Spike up some minis to get their health back. She just lost in that fight. And overall, Bwipo's boys are ahead in kills, but the bite back from Core's crew coming through, and this game is not over and done with by a mile, as the dive combo of the Panther Nocturne just diving headfirst onto the Kaiser, getting themselves an easy kill. Shaco picks up the kill and shutting down that Quiana, and then Zed kills off the Pyke. Pretty simple, just diving through things, using his clones perfectly to get himself a double. Now we come back into live, and with that double kill picked up for the Zed, he's able to pick himself up a Dustblade and looking to contest the bot lane of Bwipo's boys here, as he's going forward. Not going to use Death Mark. Meanwhile, mid lane, Qiana and the Evelyn just going to dive under the turret and get themselves an easy kill. Meanwhile, top side, Humanoid just got absolutely bursted down from out of nowhere, and the X marking the spot kills him off, giving a kill over to Hylissang. And the lethality that we see across the map so far is going to be very, very hard to keep up with the amount of damage these two lineups do. That being said, bot side, oh, lovely trade there by Tactical, in my opinion, as he's able to pick up the kill onto Jensen, who had the advantage. Now, top side, Evelyn's got in behind, using the stealth perfectly, charming up the Twitch. Last caress. That spells disaster for Hans Sama. And an easy kill picked up for the jungler of Bwipo's boys. Interestingly enough, we come to the mid lane now. Shutdown being picked up onto the Evelyn, who overstayed in that top lane, it appears, as the Qiana ult going to push Nocturne away. But the dive back in from Selfmade, bit over aggressive. Going to give over a kill to a Licorice Nocturne. Oh boy. We're just getting started, ladies and gentlemen. No Drake's picked up 10 minutes into the game. 22k on both sides of the field. Probably 23 once this kill goes through for Akali, who has got a second activation and a supreme display of talent. Down he goes. Pantheon dead. CoreJJ not having a good time up against Tactical's Akali, who's 3-1-1 versus a 0-4-0 Pantheon. Now, coming into the top side of the map, we see the X marking the spot, getting kill over here. Twitch not in a good spot. Paranoia going to be used to try and save Jensen. Will not matter, as the Qiana is able to pick that kill up. But the Paranoia was used for something different, as the Akali gets killed off by Licorice's Nocturne. Overstaying, I would say, after killing off the Pantheon. Could have gone back, bought up a few items as we come to the mid lane. Charm going to be put down onto this Zed, and charmed up he becomes. And the kill given over to Broxer means that this team is very, very effectively strong. Grand Starfall in top lane going to come through. Bone Skewer trying to save the Kaiser. Will it be enough to save her? Yes, it will. But here comes Shaco. And Shaco's going to be forced to run away. Here comes the Pyke using the flash to get the stun and root down. Bone Skewer. Down goes Shaco. Triple kill over to Selfmade. And he's going to try and save his Pyke from the clone. There we go. Just dive headfirst into it. And take all the damage yourself. First blood turret going over to Bwipo's boys. As we watch this fight again. Twitch tries to sneak in onto the Kaiser. Pump down a lot of damage. But Pyke was waiting. He knew what was up. Bone skewers him away, stopping him from pumping out damage onto Kaiser, which pretty much one auto would have killed Bwipo there. And then it's just cleanup for the Quiana and the Pike, killing off that entire CoreJJ crew lineup that went topside. That being said, once again, Kaiser being caught out. Here's the shuriken flip, and the second use of the ultimate of the Akali just kills off Nocturne. And charm from Evelyn. Last caress was not needed there. Could have possibly used it to try and escape, because she is being herded in. Shaco's here, Pantheon's here, and Twitch is here as well. Will that be a kill? That's a shutdown over to the Evelyn. On the Evelyn, sorry, as Pantheon picks that one up. But the Quiana is looking and hunting for kills. The Pike X marked the spot just to secure an assist, really, for that kill onto the Shaco. But he uses it again here to try and kill off this Twitch, and that is the Mountain Q landing perfectly to get himself a kill onto the Twitch. But he traces life for that kill as Pantheon picks that one up, shutting down Quiana. And Selfmade, he's on a rampage right now. He's got the most kills in this game, and you can tell as mid lane, Kaiser going Killer Instinct onto this Pantheon, will not secure the kill, but Shaco is here. He's looking to fight and stay alive. Is the Kaiser, will she stay alive? She popped the clone and killed herself. That being said, Ignite is going to pick up the kill onto Pantheon. Hylissang using that effectively, as in this jungle we are seeing another fight between the junglers, but they always get interrupted. This time it was by Selfmade. I guess you could say he is a jungler in his own right, but he ruins the fight and spoils the party as this Bwipo boy lineup continuing to look to dive as Quiana, oh my days. She does way too much damage with that Q. The Mountain ability just makes her very, very effective, as we see a double kill over to Jensen, killing off Pike and Quiana. Interesting to see how he did that. Could see another, as here comes Shaco. Nope. Shutdown goes over instead to the Pantheon, and Evelyn pumping out damage. Could look to the last caress here. Will not happen. As we watch this again, Twitch just unloads, revealing where he is. Quiana dives headfirst. Q easily landed with the E. And then it's just trying to avoid damage as Pike just gets absolutely slaughtered. And it looked to me the Quiana died to either the turret or the minions. And that is kind of embarrassing if it was, I would say, as we see Paranoia coming through. And that is almost certainly a dead Kaiser. You cannot be alone as a Kaiser in this map, especially with all these ADCs, as here comes Pike executing off Jensen. Just lovely chaining of the CC. Bone Skewer into the Riptide allows for the ultimate to land and basically annihilate Jensen's health bar. Bot side, Pantheon's on the wrong side of the map as the turret falls that was trying to protect him. And here's Quiana 2. Will we see a third? Yep. 3 of the Mountain Qs just execute off the Pantheon, who is probably the most healthy boy in this game. As we come to the top side, Last Crest picks up a kill onto Twitch. Will Evelyn avoid that shuriken from Zed? No. So, we've got a bit of a relaxation point, I would say, unless Akali comes in and executes off Nocturne, which is possible. In fact, she's looking to trade onto the Shaco, missing the shuriken flip, but she's behind. There's the first 9-point strike. There's the first usage of the Supreme to play talent, and there's the Quiana just getting the kill. Mountain does damage, but Shaco does more damage using the Deceives and the Jack-in-the-Boxes perfectly to get himself a kill. Oh, the BM from Jensen gets punished by Hilly, and Hansama knows it as he just pops the sad B and gets executed off by the X marking the spot. But it wasn't in vain. Pike gets shut down himself as Humanoid picks that one up, as we see the picture-in-picture. The BM into an X. Yeah. As we look at live right now, we do have the two junglers yet again meeting in the jungle this time here in the river. And this is a all-out 1v1. Broxado losing it as Zed just uses that death mark perfectly to kill him off, get himself a nice juicy gold investment, and be happy dappy, I would say. So, Core's crew invading once again into the Bwipo boys jungle, managing to catch out Quiana there. Zed's on a rampage, and the killer instinct though from Kaiser's going to shut him down. And here comes the rest of the fight as the paranoia comes in, and that is Nocturne looking to execute off the Kaiser, manages to do so. But in the top half of the fight, we see Akali picking up a double kill for herself. And will we see a third? No, we won't. Pike's going to secure that with his execute. And that is a full team fight win for the Bwipo boys. All out brawl, considering the fact that they already lost the first member of that fight, as Quiana fell before it even kicked off. As we watch this again, Quiana just gets immediately bursted out. And top half of the fight, we see Kaiser killer instinct in to avoid the Shaco, but the Akali is just there. She's just harassing down him, gonna land the damage. Boom. The second use of the ult, well, the first use of the ult onto the clone allows her to get close enough to kill off the Shaco, and then it's just easy pickings onto the Pantheon, who just will not take that many shurikens. Going back into things, last correct having to be burnt by the Evelyn to keep herself alive, as Deathmark will not do any damage to Quiana, who just picks the kill up very easily for herself, allowing Evelyn to escape freely, heal up in her stealth. But we could see a kill here as Pantheon gets hit by the Quiana ult. Here comes the Pike. Will we see the ultimate land? He does have it, but it will not matter as Quiana picks up the kill onto the Pantheon instead. Executes him off quite easily. It's just a load of Qs from Quiana killing people off. Clone being used by Jensen there to force back the Bwipo boys away from their jungle. But it will not happen as Akali dives over the wall, looking to trade onto this Nocturne. The rest of the Bwipo boys are here and ready and waiting to fight. Here comes Kaiser diving headfirst, using the killer instinct to kill off Jensen, but puts herself in harm's way as Zed is looking to execute her off. Will not happen. Paranoia going to be used to protect, but Kaiser picks up the kill. Deathmark will not matter as Pike kills him off. And there's two doubles as Kaiser and Pike just getting more and more kills. However, here comes Pantheon picking up a double kill, 2 shutdowns more importantly, but that is still the ace over to Bwipo's boys, killing that Pantheon who came in a bit too aggressively for my liking. And wow, 21 minutes into the game for the first Ocean Drake to be picked up, and yeah, no emphasis on these big objectives. Herald was never picked up. Drake was only just picked up. And that is insane as we see the toss of the shurikens by the Akali allows to the ignite onto Shaco, getting himself killed. Meanwhile, topside, we're seeing a fight as Kaiser picks up the first kill of the fight. Zed though shuts her down. And the last crest was already burnt by the Evelyn, giving over a double to Humanoid. And oh boy, this is insane as we take a look at the items. A lot of big things. The Akali and the Evelyn both have Night Harvesters, and the rest of their team, bar the Kaiser, have Duskblades. That being said, Hylissang fails to go over the wall with a Z, but it doesn't matter. He picked up the kill onto the Zed, who kind of overstayed his welcome in the top lane. And well, this game getting out of hand, I would say, for Core's crew, whom are having to deal with a lot of pressure. As, oh no, that was a Q and an auto from the Quiana, which killed off the Twitch. Will she be able to get away with that ultimate? No, she won't. Nocturne secures that one. However, Jensen's been caught out by the Pike, who's kind of not looking to kill here. Gonna possibly look to give over the kill to the Akali, who is just chasing him down. There we go. Supreme display of talent, not even realistically needed, but just using it to close the gap, get herself the kill pretty effectively at least. Now Pyke looking to bone skewer up that Nocturne, who's put the fear down onto him, but Pyke's now in the wrong part of the map. Fuzz flash over the wall. Here comes the core crew. Akali though in the backline looking to put damage down. Will not happen as Bwipo gets the first kill of the fight, and he kills off that Zed Nocturne, and the Pantheon killed off by the Akali. And that is the full team wipe for Bwipo's boys, as the Pyke and Kaiser yet again doing work for the lineup. Jensen though, oh, take it. Take that Shuriken flip. Execute down that Shaco. He is not going to be deceiving anyone in that fight as we watch this again. Pyke first flash out early, and then it's just like Core's crew think, oh, we can win this. However, they go in one by one. Zed immediately focused down by Kaiser, who can just lifesteal off of him to keep herself alive. And then it's just Skittles for the Bwipo boys, who just knock him down one by one. And with it, they get themselves the Ace and the Baron, which is huge for them because Assassins need the Baron realistically to finish this game unless they full team wipe the core crew. However, this is All Stars. I don't think we'll be ending anytime soon. Now, looking at the map right now, we have Humanoid hiding in behind the Bwipo boys. Take it! Yep, he took it to his death though, as the Shuriken flip spelt the end for Akali, giving over the shutdown gold to Hansama, who's only just got his 4th kill of the fight, well, the game. He's been stuck on 3 for about 24 minutes. He was on 3 since the beginning, and he's given over 13 kills, so that's kind of interesting to say, that he's been doing a lot of feeding. However, Bwipo's boys have done the opposite of feeding. They've been taking and tearing down this map. They've just taken the tier 2 turret in the top lane. Evelyn's behind Hansama. Oh no. The entire Bwipo boys are behind Hansama, Kaiser, and Pyke, just executing down those two. Deathmark going to be placed down onto the Kaiser. Will not kill her off, but here comes Evelyn charming and killing the Zed off, and Pyke using that ultimate yet again. The resets he gets on that and the low cooldown it has. Almost every time we see some sort of skirmish, we see a Pyke ult, which is kind of insane, as he's now in the base looking to challenge this Pantheon. Gets stunned up, but still doing tons of damage, especially when he has an Evelyn backing him up. And they're looking to dive under this turret. There goes the Nocturne being killed off, and that's a double kill over to Broxer. Though Quiana takes too many turret shots and is forced back to the fountain for herself. Pyke gonna kill or stun the clone, but the clone still manages to kill off the Evelyn, and Pyke though still here looking to fight, and that's a double kill. Pretty easy for Tactical there, as his Akali just is so goddamn clean, and the minions now hitting up this Nexus turret, and Hylissang's like, nah fam, I don't need the Baron, I don't want the game to end. And the Bwipo boys retreat back from the base of Core's crew, only taking the turrets that they can, and most of the inhibitors. 2 of them are already down. They're going to be down for the next 4 minutes. And with that, Bwipo's boys just get full access to the Core crew jungle, and they're just going to clear it out. Why not? They need the money. They're not like all on 3 or 4 items. They're almost complete with their builds. Now, we come back into another fight. Quiana versus Zed. Zed wins. Deathmark does a lot of damage. Grand Starfall comes through for the Pantheon. He's jumping ahead first onto the Kaiser, who is on the wrong side of the map, looking to execute off that Zed. Will not happen. Instead, she's just going to lifesteal up. Will not be enough as the shutdown comes through to Hansama, killing off that Kaiser. But here's Evelyn. She's looking to kill off this fight, looking to get kills. She is, though, forced to last caress away. And here is Tactical. And here comes Hila-san. They look to execute this off. Paranoia is forced to be used. But that is still Carly getting a double kill. But she is executed off. And that is the ace for Core's crew. We didn't see it happen. But Evelyn got killed by the Panth. But Nocturne did the work onto the Akali. Not allowing her to just jump through the backline of low health bars. As we watch this again, the second use of the ultimate from Akali didn't really execute off anyone. That's the only issue I had with that fight for Bwipo's boys. If it was possibly angled more towards the Twitch, who was in vision at the time, then maybe we could have saw a different team fight. But instead, all we see is the Core crew getting the ace. But they don't get anything else because they're forced to recall back to base to protect their last Nexus turret. As one of them just fell to the super minions coming in from the top and mid waves. Oh boy, this is getting intense. Especially with Quiana catching out the Pantheon, using the mountain to her advantage to pump out a lot of damage. But she's looking to run away. But it will not happen as the Paranoia chases her down. And that's a killing spree over to Licorice. Mid lane. Zed versus Evelyn yet again. But here comes the interrupt from the Kaiser. The Q travels with the Zed, killing him off. And Kaiser gets herself a kill. But here's a re-incurring of the fight. The death from the below gets avoided by the stopwatch, and here comes the Kali. She just does so much damage. This is what happens when she's allowed to team fight. She just pumps some damage out, and she is just going to walk away. She's going to give over the kill to the Pantheon, on the Pantheon over to Pyke, but Pantheon gets the killing spree as Pyke just gets killed off, and Tactical knows what he's done. He sacrificed his support for a kill over to his support. Oh boy. That is yikes, I would say. And the CoreJJ crew getting themselves back to safety, killing off the minions on their base. They have lost both Nexus turrets, and that Nexus is wide open for Bwipo's boys to just dive into the back and kill that off as and when needed. This game is almost certainly over, especially with this Infernal Drake going over to this Self-Made Quiana. And interesting to note, Self-Made hasn't even got Smite. He isn't the jungler. Instead, it's Broxer in the jungle for once. And considering the fact that Self-Made is known for being a very strong Evelyn player, he hasn't looked terrible on this Quiana. In fact, he's looked phenomenal as he's managed to get the most kills in this game by just having so much damage stacked onto that Q. Pretty simple to say as we come into this, as Evelyn's managed to catch out Jensen Shaco, who's forced to deceive away. Here's the toxic gas coming out from the Twitch, and the Paranoia comes straight onto the Kaiser. Grand Starfall on top of it as well, but Nocturne dove too far, and he's executed off, and whoa, that is a wombo combo from the Quiana. The entire CoreJJ crew get aced in that fight, and a triple kill for Self-Made spells almost certainly the end of the game as Bwipo's boys look to take down the Nexus. Oh, the inhibitor respawned, meaning they're going to have to waste more time killing off one of the inhibs. In fact, they're just going to kill the minions. They're going to allow the minions to win the game for them. Why not? They're already that far ahead. They haven't got any of their tier 2 turrets killed off. Sure, let's just BM. It's All-Stars, baby. Just BM them extremely hard. And yeah, the minions are gonna end. There we go. That's the game over and done with. And Bwipo's boys get that drive to victory. Tactical Broxer, Self-Made Bwipo, and Hila-san take the win over Core's crew in a very dominant fashion, I would say. And once again, I'd like to say All Stars is a charity event, the Superstar Showdown, raising 25k for the two respective charities that each lineup went for: the Rainbow Team Safe Space and the Coronavirus Relief Fund. what a great cause for these two teams to be raising money for. And once again, congratulations to the Bwipo boys for winning the All-Stars Dream Team matchup. That is going to be it for your 2020 Anarchy Analysis matchups. You've already got a taste of what 2021 has to come with this All-Stars matchup cast. Once again, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you're new around here if you want to. And I will see you guys later for maybe a predictions video for the 2021 season. I'll see you guys then.